Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Glassman's World. So, we just got oxygen refilled yesterday, thanks to my friend Steve-O from the Vaporium. Appreciate you, brother. Came through and gave me a ride, picked me up, got me in my tank over to the oxygen store, basically the welding store, and got it refilled. So we're now back in business, about to get started here. I figure um, it's almost Christmas time. I probably should get started making some Christmas items and things like that. So the other day, I decided that we were gonna do our 31st day. So today, right? Today's the day, right? Oh, sorry about that. I gotta remember I have the camera a lot closer than I did before. Oops. I completely moved you guys. Oops. Sorry about that. So, um, I believe today is day 30. If I'm not mistaken, today is day 30. We'll be doing our giveaway later on this evening around 10 p.m. So, in 12 hours, we'll be doing our very last, our final giveaway, which is pretty crazy. We have a few items still here on the table to choose from. All these items here. And I wasn't trying to give away like big old pieces or anything like that. But we're going to actually do a one last final giveaway tomorrow, where I was thinking we were going to take all the winners and put them in one last final grand prize entry. And so that way, we'll add in a couple Christmas items. You get a little Christmas ornament, a little candy cane, a little Christmas tree, and we'll see what else that I make. So these are some of the prizes that are going to go into the main big giveaway that we're going to do tomorrow, I believe. I don't know. It might take a couple days after we do the whole 30 days, and then get it, make sure that I can get everyone squared away, have all their prizes claimed, and make sure I know who's won what on which days. Congratulated everyone. Um, so for today, I figured we're gonna probably get this glass in the kiln, and anything else that I know needs to be put into the kiln. Looking around, what else have I made recently? I think it's just these items right here that need to go in the kiln. I don't think there's anything else. Everything else has already been put in the kiln. I believe so, including this little alien guy. I believe all the alien guys have been killed. Maybe not him. Maybe he wasn't. We'll put him in the kiln. Alright, so let's get all this glass here. These beautiful Christmas trees. So these trees I'd probably sell for, I guess, $20 a piece. Candy canes, I have no idea because they're so tiny. They're just little miniatures. But people love miniatures. And, there's a whole thing, the miniature nation, where, people just get all into the miniatures. They got cooking channels on miniatures. I've made a whole entire cookware set with the Pyrex cookware. I don't know if you guys have seen that yet. The Pyrex cook dish, the 5-quart pan with the little saucepan, and I got a whole bunch of mixing bowls and all kinds of other things, and the skillet and everything. So miniatures are a huge thing. So there's the collection right there so far of some of the items that are going to go in the kiln today. right now. So let's drop them in the kiln. Let's get the kiln turned on. I'm going to carefully place them in, not dropping them. But sometimes I literally do drop things in the kiln. I have a top loading kiln, that's why. So it gets really hot. I need to get a kiln with a garage door. It would be so awesome if one day I could afford to have a garage door kiln. But those things are, you know, they're only like $5,000, maybe $2,000 used. Not too much. It's crazy. All right, so let's get started here. Let's turn on this torch. Where's all my... Okay. Bam. All right. So I wanted to try to do something a little bit different today. It's been a moment, it's been a minute. All right. I'm going to bust out the big boy today. So you guys ain't seen this. If you guys are recent to watching here, you guys have not seen this. But if you've been watching me for a few years now, then you've definitely seen this. Alright, you ready? About to get started here. Getting it all cleaned up and ready. Alright. Oh. Huh. I'm gonna have to... have to bring up another jar here because my other one is full. You guys can't see that. Oh, and let me just move my water out of the way here just to be safe. So I'm opening up the end of this tube here. We're going to have to use this somehow. Let's place it right there. It's been a while since I've spun some tube like this. I'm going to clean up this jagged end here. This is my blow tube now, so my mouth is going to have to go on the end here. Got to make sure it's not sharp. I'll make sure it's not all hot too before I put my lips to it. You got to be real careful with those kind of things when you're blowing glass, not to forget about what you've heated, where you've heated up things, and stuff like that. So this is a tube, guys. This is a full-on tube, hollow all the way to the end. I don't think you've ever seen this here. We've pretty much just done solid sculpture work, but I want to do something a little bit different today. At least try. Cool. There's a good white right there. Alright, it's been a minute. Make sure we got everything set and ready. These are about to get fully bent out and used kind of crazy. Should actually try to get these prepared here. Open them up some. So I'm trying to open up my claws here a little bit just to get them just a little bit more prepared here. They're about to do some big grabs here. So they're going to have to really open up. Alright. It's going to be interesting how these work now. Okay. Alright, you guys ready? Here we go. So right now we're going to pull a point. Basically we're going to just make another blow tube from this big tube here. This is I don't know, 38 millimeter. I'm pretty sure it's 38. So, you know, you're talking like a good 1.5 inches. Pretty surprised that my arm's doing okay with this so far. Alright, so now I'm going to pull this and stretch it, but I'm going to have to go vertical with it, and it's going to have to go off camera. So sorry, you won't be able to really see the complete pull and the stretch of it entirely. Alright, we'll try to stretch it a little bit for you here. We'll go vertical. Alright. There we go. Just trying to center it there. Alright, and then we just got to pull the end of it here. And basically that's how you start out with that. I get a 4-foot tube like this, cut it in half into 2 sections while pulling the blow tube out, and then we're going to make sure that's nice and thin. We're going to cut this off right here with the torch, flame cut. Doing that right inside the torch. And then we got this piece right here that we'll have to break off and get ready for the next one. And do I have a hole big enough? Where can I place that? Okay, well, let me just set this down here. Okay, So now we have this. This is called basically a point. I pulled a point, so it's a blow tube with the end there. Got to make sure that's not hot still. Usually with the thin glass, it cools off. So as you can see, I can put my finger to it, to the touch. It's not hot anymore, so I'll be able to put my mouth to that. So this is actually going to be blowing glass, guys. So I haven't done this in a while. Actually, I haven't made one of these in probably over a year, maybe 2 years now. It has been a really long time. So hopefully I don't mess this up. This is something that I did on Channel 7 News years ago, back in 1997. I was asked to be part of their morning show. And so I went in, you know, their 5 o'clock morning show. It starts at 5, but they got to be there at like 4 a.m. I had to be down there at the studio by 4:30. And so I had to make sure I had all my stuff ready to go and everything, you know, early in the morning, like 3:30 in the morning, getting prepared to go be live on the air. And then I was simply just going to make this. So all I needed was a point and one color, real simple, nothing too fancy, right? And was just going to show them how I made this. And it took hours and hours and hours before they finally got to me. And so I was just in the studio right there spinning glass. So I basically had like a piece of glass like this all ready to go with color on it, because I knew I wasn't going to have enough time to sit there and melt it all in. So I basically, for that first like little bit of time, I went in and I started working the glass onto the colored glass onto the clear tube and melting it in and getting it prepared so I could then blow it out as soon as they went live on the air with me. And I had Mark Ronchetti interview me on the air. Cynthia Izaghetti was there as well. And there was another individual, I forgot who else was there for the morning show. I believe that's when Mark Ronchetti was the weatherman. But then he also had the opportunity to come in and interview me right there. So they just told me, they're like, okay, we're gonna go live to you here in just a moment, so just be prepared. We're gonna have like 2 minutes or whatever. I'm like, 2 minutes? Okay, what can I do in 2 minutes? That's kind of hard. And so I basically had to have the piece of glass ready, molten, and to where I could then just blow it out, shape it, and be done with it. So pretty much I had done this step here, which I'm melting in the colored glass, all that white spiral that I had added to it on the outside. So this is called surface work. So I basically added a stringer of white colored glass around the clear here. No fuming or anything else, just clear glass with color glass on it. And I'm simply just melting it all down. I have one thick spot on here of the white color that's giving me some problems right now, so I'm simply just waiting for it to melt in to the whole entire body of the glass here, or else this would pretty much be ready to go. And that was just my fault on not heating up the white colored glass properly and pulling it properly, and so I got it thinned out at first and then it got too thick. And now it's just like a little bit of a problem here. So we're just going to sit here for a minute, melt it down. We'll get it into the glass here. So had I been, you know, getting ready to do this all on the air, I would have had to make sure that this was all done and ready and proper before blowing it out. So we're getting close. Everything else is nice and thin and smooth, except this one little chunk here. But that's going to give it some character. That's going to show that it's, you know, this is a one-of-a-kind piece. Every single item is done one at a time, one of a kind. And I believe this is the first time that I've done this live here, at least in the last few years. I know I haven't done this kind of work in a really long time. But I figure it's Christmas. Christmas is coming up. This is something that we're going to be doing live during the Twinkle Light Parade here in Albuquerque, New Mexico at the Vaporium. So give another shout out to the Vaporium and the Stevo over there, 3808 Central. They're always open, I believe, Monday through Monday, like 7 days a week, maybe. I don't really know. I believe so. They're pretty much open all the time. So, and you can go down there. You can get your custom T-shirt prints done. I need to find out actually if he does embroidery. One of my friends wanted to get some embroidering done on their balloon jacket, and he's doing some awesome hats right now. He's collaborating with a native from Santo Domingo Pueblo, and they're doing some beautiful beadwork on these hats, on these lids. They're tight. They're so beautiful. Amazing work. All right, so we're just getting that a little bit prepared. I think I got that white melted in good. So we're gonna heat this up now, and then I'm gonna blow it out a lot more than what it is right here. I can keep it super heavy, but most trees and real tree branches, they can't really handle anything too heavy. So, you know, we want to make sure that this is something that can hang on any tree. So we're gonna blow it out nice and thin. But it's still gonna be pretty thick in comparison to those other ones that are, you know, they're like paper thin and flimsy. All right, you guys, you ready? Here we go. And hopefully this doesn't get too hot for the camera. I may not be able to do one after another. May be able to just do one real quick and then shut off the flame so we don't heat you guys up too much. Beautiful, the very first one. Oh my gosh, I'm actually back. Sorry about that, guys. We completely lost signal because it got way too hot. The camera started to burn up, you guys. Like seriously, way hot over here. And so yeah, we're back now. So I wanted to try to bring back this new angle here. Maybe this will work. Bringing back a little bit further, but I don't know if I'm going to be in the way. And I wanted to show you what I finished up. So we put a loop on the top here, and we got this Christmas ornament made here. So I'm going to put it in the kiln though. I'm not going to bring it any closer over my lap or anything. I'm just going to get this thing in the kiln right away. All right, we'll try to make another one. That one wasn't too bad. Let's see if I can refresh the screen here. Let's see if we're back on live, if this video is good or what's going on. I think we're back. I think we're able to continue where we left off, sorta. The angle's a little bit different here. I guess that'll work, huh? A little crooked. I don't know if I can do it any better than that. And then am I going to get in the way? Just kidding. Just put my head right in the way there. Like, yeah, am I going to get in the way? No, that means I'm going to have to be out here a lot more. Like, huh. If I can get this rotated a little bit more. Let me try this out real quick. I might be able to have a little bit more control here. Yeah. There we go. Can move it around just a little bit better. Uh-oh. Gonna try to go back to the original position. Let's see, will that hold? Is that gonna hold there? I think we're good, huh? Okay, let's try that angle. Let's see if that angle works. Okay, let's get our glasses back on here. Alright, we'll have to do the same thing here. We'll take this off, open it up. Little pipette right there, real skinny. I'll have to put that in the scrap jar here.
Hey.
I'm live, just so you know.
Okay, cool.
And get all that in the scrap jar there. And then we'll clean this up. Alright, and then we'll get this pulled again. We'll pull another point. So basically just put that directly into the flame. This sort of glass is borosilicate glass, so it can withstand that sort of heat. You put any other kind of glass into that flame and it's just going to explode right in your face. So you got to know what you're doing. I don't recommend doing this at home unless you have a teacher or instructor, someone who can really show you the ins and outs of this. But, you know, a lot of people do try to blow glass by watching people online. So as long as you're also paying attention to all the different safety requirements and things like that, and you know, you don't want to put like some frozen glass in there. If this was frozen, that could maybe crack, but it wouldn't explode in my face. Alright, so we're just going to pull this. And this is a beast here, so I'm going to try to lay it down and try to just relax my shoulders a bit here. Holding your arms up all day is hard work. And it's caught up to me. I'm at the point where... Alright, we just got to do it right. It's going to mess up what I'm doing here. You're just going to have to muscle through it. So both of my shoulders, my rotator cuff is pretty messed up. So doing heavy weight like this is not too easy for me. Alright, and then we'll pull it. Nice straight tube here. Normally I go vertical, but I just held that one horizontal there so you guys could see that stretch. And then we'll cut it off right here, do another flame cut. And so at this point I try to use that flame so I can taper it back down like that, and then pull it then, so then I can deal with that later. We'll put this back in the can here. Keep that away from anything that can melt or heat up or whatever. So now we got another point here, and we just make sure that that is cool to the touch. It's still a little warm, so I'm just going to let my hand just absorb all that heat before I put it to my lips. And we'll do the same thing here. Man, this is some real physical therapy here. Yeah, I actually kind of like this angle a lot better than the complete overhead angle. This is a lot better for you guys to see what's going on. So right now I'm just preheating this. This is like my canvas here. So before I draw any color glass to it, I gotta preheat it. It's kind of like adding the gesso first, you know, to the canvas, getting it all ready, so we can adhere to it and apply it to it really well. Now this time, let's make sure that I heat this up properly, all the way through, in all areas at the same heat. Before we apply it. And this is really thin and this heat is really hot. Hopefully it doesn't overheat the phone again. Alright, we'll just spin that right on there. Get that stringer nice and thin and smooth all the way to the bottom. Woo, that's hot. Alright, hopefully it's not too hot over here. It's really hot over here. Might need to get a glass shield actually for this sort of work. Either that or I'm going to have to find a new location for you guys where you won't be able to see too well. I might have to use the zoom feature more often. Alright, so this is all pretty thin. You can see the one thick spot right there. That's where I laid it down first. Usually there's one spot like that that's always laid down first. And just make sure all the rest of this glass is adhered to it so it doesn't slide off. If it's not melted to the surface, then it can just, those stringers around there, if they're not attached, they can actually slide right off like a spring. It's pretty interesting. Make a little glass spring. It's all bouncy. It doesn't, I mean, it will break, but it bounces and it doesn't break when you're just bouncing it. It's kind of interesting. But yeah, you can snap it because it's glass. Okay, so we're going to just melt this down, get this top, I'll melt it here as well. Bring the flame back to the bottom. It's like I just did this yesterday. It's like riding a bike. I haven't done this in over a year, maybe 2 years. Haven't blown glass on the bigger torch. It's been a while. I don't remember when. When's the last time? Maybe when I made that that hot air balloon Christmas ornament. That might have been the last one, last time. And maybe that was within the year. I don't know. But it feels like it's been at least 2 years. And it's been a long time since I've really like pushed these out and mass produced them. But my arm's feeling good. I haven't felt any numbness yet in my arm. That's really awesome. I'm loving that. Let me go to my left hand here and try to counterbalance it all. So sometimes when you're spinning it one way, that glass will all gather in a certain way, and then you got to bring it to the other hand to kind of counterbalance that spin and the way the gather of the glass kind of all folds down to itself or spins or rotates away or off of its own axis or vortice or vortex, whatever you want to call it. There's a lot of stuff going on with the glass. Once it's moving, you got the outside glass moving quicker than the inside glass. The surface of the glass is a lot hotter compared to the inside of the tube. So there's a lot going on, you know. And hey, what's going on, Madame Star? See you're watching. Hello, hello, hello. All right, and this video, it actually got so hot that it stopped. It went out for a minute, so there's a delay there. Well, it might not even show a delay. I guess you'll probably just see a clip. It's like, there you are, and then it's done. All right, try to get this all rounded out some. Get it prepared. So I had to blow that out a little bit. I'm trying to move the glass around. Like I said, when you spin it one way, it kind of gathers onto one side more than the other sometimes. So you want to balance it all out. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm moving all that glass around. And we'll be ready here to blow this out. So if you're still here, Madame Star, this is actually blowing glass right now. We're using a tube, like a 2-inch point that I pulled, heating it up, added some white colored glass over it, and now we're about to blow it out here. And I want to make sure I don't get it too close to the camera, because that heat will shut us down again. But I don't know if you can see how thin that is. So now the trick is getting this little tool to work on here. That's the funny thing, is I need bigger ball grabbers here, but they're like, you know, $50 to $100 for these tools. So I just stretch it out, make it work. That's all. Just make it happen. So that's probably like the biggest that I can go as far as size. Being able to grab something off the point, the tube, the rod, whatever. That's I would say maybe 2.5 inches. Something like that. Alright, let's bring this heat down. You know what's funny is last time I said let's bring the heat down so we don't lose the camera, so it doesn't overheat. And as soon as I shut it off, I think that's when the camera actually went out. I may have to put my face in here. So what I'm going to try to do is, or not try, what I'm going to do is heat this up right here, blow it out gently to get a little tiny hole. We need a breather hole. So a little tiny breather hole just to get the air to be able to flow through. And then we make the loop right here on top. And so to do this, I'm just going to take the tube and turn it into a solid rod here on top. And then we'll stretch it out. So that tube up there, it's totally collapsing down onto itself right now. All becoming solid, like a little marble on the tip of it now. And then that way I can grab that marble and basically then stretch it out. You're just going to bring it down like that, see? And then I get my tool right here and I just grab a little piece of it and then just stretch it out like that. And bring it around to itself. And then we got ourselves a little loop there. And then we just do the same thing as we always do, like with the pendants and stuff. Making sure that that's all adhered and attached from the front to the back. So it all becomes one solid piece. And then rounding it out and trying to get it to where it's all like the same thickness all the way around. And then since these are Christmas ornaments, I don't really like worry too much about making these well, they're only going to hold like a little tiny wire. You're not going to wear these like a necklace. So they don't need that big old hole on the top here. So once you get like a nice little hole like that, then you can put a little metal loop or something. You know, I got these Christmas hooks somewhere that we can use, like these here. Real simple, nothing too fancy, but you can easily just put that right through there. You can hang it with a string, a little cord, fishing line, anything like that. And now the trick is getting it off of here. So what I do is I just try to like pull a couple of these off and away and allow that to open up, fall out. Hopefully, come on. I have to grab 3 of them. Come on. There we go. And then try not to drop it off the table. That's the fun thing about these. Getting them into the kiln. Alright, so there you go. Merry Christmas. Right on. So those Christmas ornaments, I don't know how much I'm going to let those go for this year. They used to be, you know, easily $20. I might bring them up to $30. I don't really make too many of them, so it's one of those specialty items that I don't do too often these days. Let's see what else I can make. Let's give my arm a rest. Or, I don't know, those are fun. Maybe I should make another one since I'm in the groove. I don't have any of those, and once I show those off at the next event that I vend at, oh yeah, people are gonna be like, oh, I want one of these with this color, that color. Can you make me a whole dozen? Can you make them just clear? You know, some people love clear glass, especially on a Christmas tree. Alright, getting in the rhythm again. Feels good to be able to make tubes. I have not tried this in a while. I get to tell my physical therapist, oh shit, is that today? No. I do not want to go. Hopefully it got canceled. We had a snow day. If I did have to go, I already missed my appointment. It's at 9:30. Oops. It was a snow day, right? Like everyone had a snow day. I hope. I don't know. I might have messed up. I might have missed my physical therapy this morning. So now I can't tell them that I can do this. I'm like, well, look, I missed my physical therapy, but look, I'm working out my arm here. This is the kind of physical therapy I need to do. Just being able to hold my arm out for like 10 minutes straight, you know, just that military hold where, I forget what it's like that, it's like torture. They tell you to hold a book. Hold your arms up straight in front of you, soldier. I've never been a soldier, but they have you do those things, man, and that hurts. I'm one of those guys, though, that I could probably sit there all day just holding my arms out, like, all right. And they'll be like, here, you need to hold, like, a stack of books. Except, I don't know, these days with my shoulders being messed up, probably can't hold them up as long as I used to. That's for sure. Alright, so this is called pulling a point. We got the tube, we're getting it hot. Basically, we're going to flame cut it, but before we flame cut it, we stretch it out. So that way we have a blow tube made from itself. So you just stretch it out. Make sure that's coming off the center there. Make sure it's nice and long. And just keep on pulling it like it's a rope, where you pull that rope taut and it makes it nice and tight like that. And then you pretty much can just like let go of it, you know. And we cut this off. We got a whole nother blow tube again. And then when I do this, I try to get it to where it's heating it up to where I can taper it down first. See how I taper it down so it goes from really wide and then back down. So then I can do the whole little pulling it thin and breaking it and everything. And opening up that side there. Alright, let's keep track of how hot the kiln is. It's probably about 820 right now. Alright. So this one, I'll give it a little bit different shaping here. Instead of a round globe, we'll shape it something different. And so one of these, probably one of the first globes there that I just made, we'll be putting into the giveaway for our final giveaway, which will be putting all of our winners in to one last grand prize drawing and seeing who's going to win. Although maybe we should just keep it and we're just going to do one last day, and that way, even if, you know, because then we're kicking out the people who haven't won and they don't get that opportunity to win the grand prize. I'm now choosing to keep everyone in, not just a winner's circle, for the big grand prize. We only have 29 entries, so we might as well do it like that. So I've now decided it. That's what it's going to be. The gavel has spoken. Make a glass gavel for our friend NJ. Okay, this white is getting really small too, but the white looks beautiful on it. Okay, let's get that heated up again. And just touch it real soft and gentle. Give it a nice pull. Uh-oh. It broke. You're going to have to do that again. Nice and gentle. Give it a nice pull. Put it back in the flame so it can pull from the white here and continue to give me that thin stringer there. And sometimes, yeah, it cuts, but then you can just go right back in like how I just did. And then you just make sure that that's all adhered up there. we're going to have 2 connection points. That's the only thing. There'll be a couple little dots here and there from where it disconnected, where it reconnected. No big deal at all. Another thing too that I haven't done is you just also go in and just flatten those out real quick. To help them drop down into the surface there. So I don't know if you guys got any snow where you're at. Here in New Mexico, it looks like we got a winter storm warning all day until tomorrow. New Mexico up north and to the east of us, like all from basically Tijeras Canyon on I-40 heading east towards Tucumcari, towards Klein's Corners, towards Texas, Oklahoma, that area. It's all, I believe, all closed off. So if you're trying to travel, I would just recommend staying in place for a minute, staying warm. Because, you know, for our kind of weather, it might be snowing one day and then the next day be completely hot. I'm thinking we're probably going to get back into some hot temperatures again before it drops down really low and gets us into the true winter season. Usually that's what happens. So around Thanksgiving or something, it might heat up, or a little bit like, you know, next week we might go into a little bit of a heat front that comes in. And then after that, then we're going to go into the winter storm. I've been paying attention to the weather for a while now, and I know that the weather changes usually around Halloween, about a week before or the week of Halloween. This is just a week after, so, you know, people are saying, oh, the weather's, you know, late or whatever, but it's pretty much on point. It might ebb and flow from one way to another, but we're pretty much on point right now for the temperature, but it's been staying extremely hot lately. And that's the thing, is the heat index has been really, really hot lately. And that sun's been cooking, man. I've been out there doing yard work every day and I can feel it. It's interesting, the other day I was out there where people were saying, oh, like my client came out and was like, man, it's really cold. It's like freezing out here. And I had to take off my jacket and everything because I was working. I'm like, oh, yeah. I'm like, I'm almost breaking a sweat here. But then when I went home on the bike ride, I had to actually take my windbreaker out and put that extra layer back on because it was actually cold to ride home. I was like, whoa, it is cold today. So it's interesting when you're like moving, then you can feel that cool, that chill. But if you're standing still, it's like that sun penetrates through and it really heats you up. All right, we're about to blow this out again, guys. Here, let's do a quick, just get it prepared. Make sure we got the heat all proper in all the right places. Oh yeah, we were going to try to do a little bit different shaping on this one. Alright, so now I'm just heating up this whole lower section, the lower portion of it here. And we're going to grab it right in the center here. And then just give it a little bit of a pull and give it more of that acorn shape. Like that. And that's almost like the hot air balloon shape, right? But we'll keep this. I mean, maybe I should make it into a hot air balloon. Everyone loves a hot air balloon. It's getting really hot in this room right now. I'm going to have to take off my sweater. Dang. The hoodie is coming off. Alright, well I just wanted to do a quick little demonstration on some Christmas items here. And I'm going to probably let you guys go so we don't make this too long of a video. That way it's comfortable to watch. Three Christmas ornaments being made here by Gardeno Glass. If you'd like to order, I can make custom orders, custom colors, things like that. Just hit me up, you know, let me know in the comments below. I can ship anywhere around the country, and possibly even to other outside countries as well. Beautiful. Alright, now the challenge is getting this one off with my little my little ball grabbers. That's what they're really called. Claw holders, ball grabbers. When I was on the Channel 7 News and I had to do this, I said, yeah, let me grab my ball grabbers. And you could see in Mark Ronchetti's eyes, he was like, whoa, what did he just say on air? He said ball grabbers. It's a glass tool. You know, like in the soft glass world, they make glory holes, right? That's where the term comes from glass blowing. But then they use it in a very weird way, and it's like, well, it's not glass anymore. Now you're talking something else. Alright, so now, like I said, we just got to get it off. Try to hold on to it. Now that it's not a ball or an orb, this is going to be really interesting on how will it grab it. Oh, look at that. It grabs it just perfectly. That might even come off nice and easy too. Alright, let me just tighten that up. Make sure it don't slip around too much. And then we just do what we did before. Just cut this off on the top here. And then we slowly just bring that down from a tube into a solid, here, I'm going to just tighten that up a little bit more. Into a solid rod there. Solid piece of glass. So you simply just take the heat, work it right on the tip there. Uh-oh. Saying, warning, your phone is getting hot. Getting too hot. Fan it off, cool it down. Get some ice. Where's the ice pack? It's getting hot in the room here. So if it goes out, guys, I'm sorry. We're just going to heat this up, get it thick, pull it out, make a loop, and then we're calling it a day. So if I lose you, I'm probably not going to come back. But thank you so much for tuning in and watching. I really appreciate it. Hopefully the phone holds up here. We've moved it back from the flame. It does get hot in here, like I said. This hoodie's got to come off now. Alright, so we're slowly just bringing that tube down all the way to solid right there. Let's do that a little bit more. Just wanted to show you, hopefully that didn't overheat the phone real quick. Like just show you real fast and boom, it's overheated. Uh-oh. So I can make these clear. We can put knobs, little bumps, dots, divots, things like that into it. We can make these really nice and classic and fancy. Very beautiful contemporary glass, art glass, clear glass with a bunch of hobnobbing and things like that. So just let me know what you're into and I can try to make it for you. And hopefully I'm giving you guys enough time this year to actually place orders before the holiday season. That way they can get to you in time so you can put it on your Christmas tree. See, that's a beautiful loop right there. I could leave it like that, but then to me it doesn't seem like it would be solid enough. So I want to always try to like solidify them, make them a little bit more stronger. That way these can last for years, but you know, they are glass. They can break. I can do writing. I can do lettering on glass. So if you have like special anniversaries and dates that you'd like to put on your Christmas tree, we can do that. Anniversary dates, birthdays. We can even just put 2024 for every year that you purchased one. You know, which actually, that would be pretty cool to do every year if I had a way that I could just engrave the year onto them. Stamp the year on. Color code it. Just put a little dot somewhere. 2 dots and 4 dots to represent the year 2024. All right, let's get this one off. It looks like you guys made it through. We did not overheat. All right, I'm gonna take a quick break though, and I'm gonna cool down myself because I overheated actually right there. Cool, look at that. We got that by the, grabbed him by the hoop there. All right, there you go. Acorn style right there. Let's get this one in the kiln. Ooh, that's hot. It's probably about 900 now. Let's get this hoodie off, man. This is way too hot. 880, but I just opened the lid, so that probably dropped it down. So it's probably about 900, like I was saying. All right, you guys. Well, thank you so much for tuning in for this Christmas edition right here on making Christmas glass. It's not Christmas edition. I guess we're not in the holidays just yet. Excuse me. I need to get some tea. Been a little congested, a little sick. I actually need to do a video on that. I've been saying that every time I get sick, I want to do an update, let people know how often I've been getting sick compared to others and things like that. Just my own little personal thing, personal reference, but also for others to be able to keep track as well. But that's it, you guys. Thank you so much. That's how you blow glass. That's actually using tubing and actually putting the air pressure into it to expand it out and to make some beautiful Christmas ornaments. If you're just now tuning in and watching, I suggest just going back, rewinding this after the live is uploaded here. And we'll see you again soon tonight for the last giveaway for the 30-day Gardenia glass giveaway for all of my subscribers. To thank you all for subscribing, for tuning in, for commenting on the I officially reached 1K subscribers video. Making sure you get your comment in there so you can be entered to win. Everyone is allowed to enter if you are subscribed. It's the last day, guys, so make sure that you get that in. Let me make sure that you have the link here real quick. We'll just get it real quick, copy and paste it in. So there's no excuse for any of you who are here right now watching. We'll just paste it in. Go to this video right here and just comment on the video, and we'll make sure that you're entered to win. That's it. If you win, then you get to choose one of the prizes from the table here. And then tomorrow or sometime very soon, we're going to do day 31 or the grand finale of the Gardenia Glass giveaway, where we'll be giving away a handful of Christmas items, including one of those Christmas ornaments, one of the little mini candy canes, the little small Christmas pendant or miniature ornament, and hopefully I can make a snowman as well. So maybe we'll do that tonight for the demo. And thank you so much for tuning in and watching. You guys, good luck. Make sure you get your entries in by just simply commenting. I'll talk to you soon. Love and blessings. You have a beautiful day. Enjoy this snowy weather if you can.